You've probably tried this before. Sunday night. New routine. New goals. New version of you. 5 a.m. wake-ups. The gym. Better diet. Reading. That side project you keep promising yourself. And by Wednesday, it's gone. The problem isn't that you don't want to change. It's that you're trying to change 5 parts of your life before you've built the one thing that makes change actually stick. And here's the part that might surprise you. The first habit isn't about your body. It isn't about waking up earlier. It isn't about the gym. It isn't even about productivity. It's something much smaller. And once you understand why it comes first, the other 4 finally makes sense. Give me the next few minutes. Not to transform your entire life. Just to prove to yourself that you can actually follow through. Keep that in mind. We're coming back to it. Let me tell you about a guy named Sam. 29, and for almost 2 years, every Sunday night looked the same. He still had a gym membership charging his card every month, $94, for a gym he'd walked into exactly twice. The tags were still on a pair of running shoes sitting in his closet, bought 8 months ago for a 5 a.m. routine that lasted 4 days. Every Wednesday, the plan was already dead, buried under work, emails, and exhaustion, waiting to be rewritten the following Sunday like nothing had happened. Not because Sam was lazy, because Sam was trying to grow 5 branches without a single root to hold any of them up. One night, staring at another list he already knew he wouldn't finish, he wrote something different. Not a plan this time, just one line. What if I only tried to change one thing? Here's what Sam didn't expect. The habit he picked barely mattered. What mattered was that he only picked one. Motivation hits, and suddenly you want to fix your sleep, your diet, your finances, your relationships, all in the same week. It feels productive. It's actually the fastest way to fail. Real change doesn't come from doing everything. It comes from growing one root, deep enough, before you ever expect branches. Sam settled on walking. 10 minutes, every morning, no matter what. Not because walking was special, because it was small enough that skipping it would feel almost silly. He told himself, if I can do this for 7 days straight, I'll prove change is actually possible for me. That sentence mattered more than the walking did. Because here's what staying stuck actually costs you, and it's rarely the thing people expect. It's not one dramatic collapse. It's a version of you, years from now, still writing the same Sunday night list, having quietly accepted that this is just who you are. So here's the framework, and it's simpler than it sounds. One root, the habit you choose. For things that keep it alive, how you repeat it, how you protect it, what feeds it, and how you see it growing. 5 parts, 1 system. Watch how each one shows up in Sam's actual week. Part 1, choosing the root. Anyone can pick a habit on a Sunday night, full of motivation, nothing yet demanding otherwise. Sam did that too, plenty of times before. The difference this time wasn't the choosing. It was what happened after. Part 2, keeping it alive through repetition. Sam almost skipped it on day 3. Rain outside, tired from work, an easy excuse sitting right there waiting to be used. He walked anyway, 10 minutes, soaked and annoyed the entire time. That's the only version of a habit that actually counts. Not the easy days, the day you almost didn't, and did it anyway. By day 5, something stranger happened. A coworker asked if he wanted to grab a coffee before their shift, and Sam said, without thinking about it, "Can't. I walk in the mornings now." He caught himself mid-sentence, almost surprised by his own words. He hadn't decided to say that. It had just become true, somewhere between day 1 and day 5, without him noticing the exact moment it happened. That's repetition working. The habit stops being something you're doing and quietly becomes something you are. Part 3, protecting it from what tries to choke it, and for most of us, that's noise. Sam noticed this on day 4. He'd finished the walk, sat down at his kitchen table to finally open the side project he kept promising himself he'd start. And 40 minutes later, he looked up from his phone, laptop still closed, no memory of deciding to pick the phone up at all. So he built one boundary. 30 minutes, once a day, phone in the other room, one task, no multitasking. If you don't control your attention, everything else will happily control it for you. Part 4, and stay with this one, because it's the pillar people skip first and pay for last. The root needs soil worth growing in, and that soil is your body. By the end of week 1, Sam almost quit entirely. Not because the walk was hard, because he'd stacked the walking and the focus block on top of 5 hours of sleep for 3 nights straight, and by Saturday morning he sat on the edge of his bed thinking, What's even the point? I feel worse than when I started. That thought scared him more than any missed workout ever had. He didn't push through on willpower. He went back to bed for an extra hour instead, and let that count as the win for the day. What happened that Saturday almost ended the whole thing. What he did instead is the actual difference between the people who make it past week 1 and the people who quietly go back to writing Sunday night lists. Your health isn't a side quest on the way to your goals. It's the soil everything else grows out of. Sam didn't add anything dramatic here. He just refused to trade his sleep for one more scroll, and let that be enough. Part 5. Seeing the root grow, because roots grow underground, invisible, easy to give up on if you can't see anything happening. Sam started writing one line every night. One thing he actually did that day. Walked. Protected the 30 minutes. Went back to sleep instead of pushing through. Nothing impressive on its own. But after 2 weeks, he read them back and realized something simple and important. He wasn't the same person who'd written that first note. What gets tracked gets noticed. What gets noticed gets repeated. And what gets repeated eventually becomes identity. Now stop for a second. Think about the last thing you actually kept a promise to yourself about. If nothing comes to mind, that's worth sitting with. Because here's the real payoff underneath all 5 of these. And it's not the walking, or the sleep, or the notes. It's this. Every time you keep a small promise to yourself, you become someone slightly harder to doubt in your own head the next time it matters. Self-trust isn't built by big declarations. It's built by small promises you actually keep, especially when nobody's watching. Sam's habit didn't change his life in a week, but it changed something else, his relationship with his own word. Now picture this, for a second, not Sam, that version of you. 7 days from now, looking back at a week where you kept exactly one promise to yourself. Most days, even the hard ones. It won't feel dramatic while it's happening. It rarely does. But you'll notice something quieter and steadier underneath it. The sense that you're someone who actually does what they say, at least a little more than you used to. Hold that picture. The world isn't going to clap for you waking up early, walking for 10 minutes, or protecting 30 quiet minutes from your phone. No one's handing out applause for small, invisible discipline. That recognition has to come from you. So here's everything, back under one root. Grow one habit deep before you ever ask for branches. Feed it with small, repeated action instead of bursts of intensity. Protect it from the noise that quietly chokes it. Keep the soil, your body, healthy enough to support it. And track it so you can actually see it growing when it feels invisible. No more 5 branches, just the one root, finally grown all the way through. That's it. That's the whole shift. 7 days won't fix your entire life. Nobody's is going to be permanently changed by 1 week. But it will prove something no Sunday night list ever has, that you're actually capable of changing, starting with one thing, kept, all the way through. Remember Sam, staring at that list he already knew he wouldn't finish. $94 still leaving his account every month for a gym he never went back to. He didn't burn the list. He just stopped writing 5 new ones every week, and finally grew one thing all the way through. That's a small win. It's also, quietly, the only kind that ever adds up to anything bigger. If you're ready to find out what one kept promise can prove about you, Skilloma's built for exactly that. Subscribe, and bring your one habit with you. And if you've ever wondered why some people seem to keep their promises to themselves effortlessly while everyone else struggles, the next video breaks down exactly what's different about how they think.